got some Zeef today, strawberry flavored. It's one of my favorites. It's a caffeine-free one. So some exciting news. Got some new stuff. Got a new lens, which I'm not using because it's a telephoto lens. It's a 70 to 200. So real big. Don't need it for ASMR because we're at 24 millimeters. If anything, I need a wider lens. Get that down the road. But then, more importantly, this came in the mail. A projector. And if you saw my video where I gush about Bo Burnham, I want to use a projector to do dumb stuff. So, I'm gonna do that at some point. I don't know when, but it's coming. So look forward to that. I don't know if I'm gonna project it on this back wall, or if I'm gonna put it on my face, which I also need to shave, I'm realizing. But also I'm wearing a collared shirt. Do I look fancy? It's got a collar. Wow. I'm trying to dress nicer, a little nicer. I don't know if it's my vibe though. Do I need to lose one button? Maybe. Yeah, look at that pale chest. Yep, that's exactly what I'm going for. So anyway, how was your 4th of July? You know, I've been kind of busy for the last couple days. You know, holidaying. I didn't go anywhere. I just haven't been doing anything. It's a staycation. But I did watch Hamilton for the first time ever. I know you're like, oh, Hamilton, it's so good. Probably. I did not care for it. And I will defend myself. But I do want to preface, first of all, most importantly, I like musicals. I like musicals a lot. If you follow this channel, I've probably talked about them at some point. I don't know. Favorite musical? I mean, Wicked is up there. Pippin is great. There's a couple like bangers in the Phantom of the Opera. Book of Mormon is great. Love that. Because I like, when I think of theater, I like the whimsy. I like the theater. I like this. I want this. You know, I want Pippin. I want the show fingers. I want the set pieces. I want to see, you know, the Phantom up on the scaffolding. You know, I want to see Defying Gravity, and I want to see Alphaba up in the, you know, with all the lights, and I want to see that. That's what I want to see. And I want to see romance, and I want to see comedy. I like Rent. I saw Rent live. I didn't care for it, but I saw the movie version. I liked that a lot better. Here's my problems with Hamilton. Some of the songs they're still in my head a little bit, so okay, it's got good music. Did that pretty well. My comment that I made to my girlfriend was it felt like I was watching a slightly more interesting Hall of Presidents, because a guy would come up, he would introduce himself, he would talk about himself, and that was kind of it. That was kind of the whole play. There's not a ton of interacting between characters. They're just kind of coming out, bragging about who they are, what they've done, or what they're going to do. And that's it. You know, it's very historical. And if that's your thing, great. You know, if you like history podcasts, I just get the appeal. I get why someone would like Hamilton. And so if you like Hamilton, that's more for you. It wasn't for me. So I'm just talking that out. I don't like to shit on things. I just am telling you why I didn't like it. So if you are like me and you like whimsical romance and big set pieces that move around and shit, Hamilton's not for you probably either. Or maybe it is. I don't know. 'Cause, you know, just because you like one thing doesn't mean you won't like the other. But that's what I like about theater. I like the dance numbers, and I like because we watched the Disney Plus version. And so some of that definitely gets lost when you watch it. When you watch a filmed production, it's not the same. There's definitely an element that happens when you see theater live. And if you've never seen a Broadway show live, I promise you it's worth the money. Wicked, that one's so good. But what's coming? There's a lot of things coming this year that I really want to see. So Wicked is coming again, and I might go see that with my mom because she loves it. Hamilton is coming, and my girlfriend wants to go see that, but she might go with her mom. What else? Dear Evan Hansen is coming. Cats is coming, which I don't know how I feel about Cats, but I kind of want to see it for the spectacle. Mean Girls, I think, is coming. Fiddler on the Roof, which I don't really care about that one. So yeah, there's some good theater coming here to my city. Look around, see if there's theater near you. I also have water today. Gotta stay hydrated. Yeah, live theater's awesome. Go see it, go support it, go check it out. It's great. I don't think I've ever been super disappointed going to see a play. I didn't care for Rent when I saw it live, but I was kind of I don't know if I just wasn't in a good headspace for it, because then I saw the movie version, and I really liked the movie version, so maybe it was either just the actors or I was just having a bad day. It is what it is. Zevia. Come on, Zeev. Sponsor me. Give me some free Zeevs. It's not cheap. Well, it is. The grocery store across the street from me has something called Wellness Wednesdays in their health market. That's what they call the health section. It's 10% off, so that's when I go stock up on the Zevia on Wednesdays, which saves me 50 cents per 6-pack, that's pretty good. You get 2 or 3 of them. That's $1 or $2. It's pretty good, That's the name of the game when you're on YouTube. You gotta save $1 or $2 here or there, It's not, I'm not Mr. Beast over here, This sweet YouTube channel makes me a cool, $15 a month, depending. Oh man, someone was talking about that, about how I think it's a generational thing. Is when I was growing up, it wasn't no one talked about money. It was a gauche thing. But I guess now when I talk about money, it seems to get traction. And it seems like the younger generations are maybe smarter with their money, or realize that there's no such thing as selling out. That's such a dumb thing. That was a thing when I was a kid. Oh, you can't sell out. Although back then, selling out was selling out. You would totally change your sound or your style to match what was popular, and there were bands that became shitty because they sold out. Whereas today, you can't really sell out in the sense that I feel like things are either manufactured to be popular, and in that case, you just kind of go with it, and you're well, it's The Weeknd. He's not only is he's trying to have mass appeal, but he's trying so hard, and it's he's putting in so much work. I respect the fuck out of that dude. He is, chef's kiss. The whole cinematic thing, he had a cinematic universe for an album. Dude, that guy, and he can sing like a motherfucker, and his live performances are fucking just The Weeknd. Save Your Tears, Baby. Oh, that's such a good song too. It's so catchy. It's such a banger. Or you have the other side of you could DIY, and you could actually make a go out of your weird fucking noise metal like Ken Mode or Converge. Jacob Bannon is the singer of Converge. We've got 2 of his art pieces right here, so it's just above my desk. Godzilla. Where is my finger? Yeah. Let's see if it'll focus. Yep, Godzilla's above the desk. And then over here, over the bookcase, we've got the Dark Horse. Right there. Let me see if it'll focus on it. Yeah. So, he supports himself with his art, and that's cool as fuck. And, you listen to Converge albums on Spotify, and every time you listen to the song, they get a fraction of a penny or something. But enough people, if you had 1,000 people listening to you every month, listening to 10 songs, that's, we'll call that, $500-600. That's, I guess you really can't live off that, but it's a start. It's a lot more than a band would have otherwise gotten, and the discoverability is there. So, yeah, it's just, I don't know where I was going with that. That's just a weird fucking tangent. Also, I've been watching Loki. Speaking of tangents and timeline breaks or branches or whatever the fuck they call them, I don't know. That show lost me, I think, on the 3rd episode. I was there for the first 2 episodes with the Owen Wilson, Tom Hiddleston, buddy cop thing. I wanted that. I wanted a Brooklyn Nine-Nine in the Marvel Universe where they just go around solving. But this story, I don't care for, at the 3rd episode lost me. The 4th episode kinda was and then I would just watch the 5th episode and I was like, I don't care anymore what happens to these people. I just want to see Owen Wilson ride that fucking jet ski. That's all I want. I hope they put that in there. They got one more episode to do it. Maybe it's a post-credit scene. Anyway, yeah, I think that was, for me, at least, that's, I think, the worst of the shows. I think WandaVision was so amazing. Especially that first episode where you're like, what the fuck is this? It's so good. And then it starts to make sense and you're like, this is really good. And the Winter Soldier was pretty good. And just Loki it's just not grabbing me. So I don't know if you're a big fan of it. I think I would have rather seen us, who would I have rather seen get a show? I think a Piper, right? That's her name. Iron Man's girlfriend. What is her superhero name? I would have liked to have seen that, or a Black Widow. Black Widow's getting to movies. That's great. She could have got a TV show 10-20 years ago. It's not 20 years ago, but when did the Marvel Universe start? It hasn't been 20 years. It was 2010 or so, right? It might have been more than 10 years ago. We're gonna Google this. When did Iron Man come out? Let's find out. Iron Man. Spelled it wrong. 2008. Okay, so that's, if you had a Black Widow movie back then, I know they were Black Widow movie, what? She could have had a TV show. I would have watched that. It probably would have been dope. And then, a Green Arrow, but for Black Widow. Because they had Green Arrow back then. When did Green Arrow? That was a pretty good show, at least for the couple seasons I watched of it. I heard it got not great towards the end. Green Arrow. That started... let's see. Green Arrow TV show. Arrow. Oh, that was 2012. Interesting. Okay. Although isn't Green Arrow was a DC guy, so DC was doing the TV shows before Marvel, and some of them were pretty good, as I understand it. I really haven't watched too many of them. Anyway, yeah, WandaVision, very good. If you haven't seen that one, that's the one I would say. It's real weird for the first couple episodes till you you kind of get what's going on. It explains itself pretty well. And I feel like Loki has the opposite problem of it's real weird. There's a lot going on, and it tries to explain it, but you're just this is too much. It's kind of it reminds me a lot of Inception, or Tenet. Inception did it well, and that's how I relate WandaVision to Inception. Loki is like Tenet, where you're if you sit and think about it for a while, you're there's a lot of fucking plot holes here that they're just trust it, just don't think about it too hard. And you're well, no, if you think about it for 30 seconds, there's a lot of shit that doesn't make sense. someone pointed out that, like, Loki, like, in one of the first episodes, they're like, your magic doesn't work here in the TVA. But, like, Loki's whole, like, image is a projection, so he shouldn't, that's magic, right? Just saying, So you're like, okay. Like that right there, plot hole. So why does that work? And then, like, there's all those Infinity Stones, but, like, the Infinity Stones don't work at the TVA, but it's, if you take those portals outside of the TVA, could you use the Infinity Stones then? Why didn't he fucking just pocket one, and then, like, when he's out, he's like, okay, Infinity Stone time, and then he just jams it, and that does whatever he was gonna do. I don't know. I also, you're gonna hate me for this statement, but I don't think Tom Hiddleston can carry a series. I think if Owen Wilson hadn't been there, I probably wouldn't have watched more than one episode. That's the hard truth on that one. Sorry about it. Sorry, Mom. Sorry, God. That's a quote from, it's a book called Invisible Monsters by Chuck Palahniuk. And if you need a book that will, it's so dark and so funny and so amazing and just like, so it's not like anything you've ever fucking read before. Read that book. You will be in stitches and you'll just be like, oh fuck, like, cause of how dark it is. But it's so good. Holy fuck, that's such a good book. But the catchphrase that the narrator uses is, she does something bad and she's like, sorry Mom, sorry God. So, that's, Oh man. What else has been going on? I've been working out again. I've been doing a specific workout. If you are in the workout world, there's a guy on Instagram, his name's Knees Over Toes Guy. And it's like about bulletproofing your knees, and doing a lot of knees over toes training, which it's a common cue, like, not to have your knees track over your toes when you're, like, squatting and stuff. And this guy's theory is that you should actually be doing that, and nothing he's saying is, like, new. He's just compiled it very well. His program, it's like $50 a month, which the program isn't that complicated. There's like 3 levels to it, but there is coaching involved, which is great. It's online, and you just film yourself and send tapes, and then they respond with some coaching tips. And $50 for a month, that's pretty cheap, because, like, that would be like one personal training session, I feel like. But I feel like my knees, the reason I signed up was because, like, my knees were hurting after hockey, since coming back, and so I was like, okay, let's see if this works. And I've been at it for about a month now, and it seems like it's having a positive effect. I'm tracking better. I think it would help a lot if I still got back down weight-wise. Even if I could lose 10, 20 pounds, that adds up in a pretty big way over all those steps every day, and especially on hockey. But another thing with hockey is your knees over toes the whole time. So if you're looking, I know we have a couple hockey players subscribed because I talk about hockey from time to time. That's a dang tip for you. Knees Over Toes Guy. Go follow him on Instagram. He talks a lot about, he gives a lot of good information for free. Sign up for his program for a month, and do the zero, which is, it's like all body weight stuff. So, yeah, I'm starting to see effects out on the ice. I feel like yesterday I was playing, I feel like I was getting faster. Better reactions. My knees are hurting less. They still hurt a little bit. But I think that's because I dropped 50 pounds. My body, like, became acclimated to be like, okay, hey, we lost some weight, so I probably lost some muscle mass just because I wasn't carrying around that 50 pounds. And then now, I gained back the 50 pounds quite quickly. So I need to get back, lose 20, 30 of it maybe. So after I'm done filming this, I'm going to edit it, and I'm going to get on that exercise bike right there. And I might fuck around with this thing and see if we can get some weird shit going with it. Some fun lighting, some Bo Burnham shit. Because that that special, if you haven't watched that special too, by the way, that special gave me life. Because I was burned out like a motherfucker until I watched that. And I don't know, that just lit the fucking flame of creativity. So yeah, so I'm gonna get on the bike, work on some edits, finish this, get this up. It's been like a week since I put a video up. And you're not supposed to talk about, well, you know, not delays, I don't know what you call it, gaps in videos. But you know what, I never said there was a fucking schedule to this channel, so you're gonna get the videos when I want to upload them and you're gonna like it. I feel like I upload more than, I'm probably like top 10% of uploaders for ASMR content. I don't know how many ASMR people do it every day, or even like every week. And they all have more views and subscribers than me, which pisses me off. But like, whatever. I don't care. I do it to amuse myself, and the fact that any of you want to watch me talk about dumb shit for 20 minutes at a time, bless your fucking hearts. So yeah, that's all I got for you lovely folks today. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for watching. And if you're not doing well, I'm really fucking this up. Like, word spaghetti. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're doing well, and if not, well, I hope that turns around for you real soon. And I'll see you next time. You beautiful son of a